What if the one thing standing between you and everything you've ever wanted wasn't your circumstances, wasn't your education, wasn't even the people who doubted you, but a single four-letter word living rent-free inside your head? Fear, that's it. That's the enemy. And today, I want to tell you a story about a young man who almost let that enemy win, who stood at the edge of a river, ready to give up on everything, and how one unexpected encounter completely transformed his life. If you've ever felt invisible, overlooked, or like you just don't have what it takes, stay with me. Because what I am about to share could be the turning point you didn't even know you were looking for. In a busy, noisy city, there lived a man who made his living selling salt. He had 2 sons. His younger son was outgoing, sharp, full of energy, the kind of kid who walked into a room and owned it. But his older son? He was different, painfully shy. So quiet and withdrawn that people around him confused his silence for stupidity. They took advantage of his gentle nature, walked all over him, and he never once pushed back. He just absorbed it all and stayed silent. And then there was his father. Instead of lifting his son up, this man tore him down, day after day, harsh word after harsh word. Each criticism hit like a hammer, slowly chipping away at what little confidence the boy had left. And as the years went by, that broken confidence started bleeding into every area of his life. In school, he'd sit down for exams knowing every answer, and freeze. His hand wouldn't move. His mind would go blank. Fear had taken the wheel, and it was driving him straight into the ground. When he got older, his father, frustrated and out of options, pulled him out and put him to work in the family shop. But even there, the boy couldn't get it right. He fumbled over orders, struggled to talk to customers, and his nervousness made everything worse. His father's anger grew. And then came the day that changed everything. While his father was away, 2 slick-talking men walked into the shop. "Your father sent us," they said smoothly. "We're here to collect all the salt for a city order." The young man's gut told him something was off, but he doubted himself, like he always did. He hesitated. He second-guessed. And by the time he found the courage to question them, it was already too late. They were gone. Every last sack of salt vanished. When his father came home to an empty shop, he lost it. "You worthless boy, you've destroyed everything I built. Get out. Don't ever come back." Those words didn't just sting, they shattered him, the neighbors whispered. The shame was suffocating. And in that moment, standing at the edge of a riverbank with nothing left, the young man made a decision that no one should ever have to make. "There's no point," he told himself. "I'll always be a failure." But just as he was about to step off the edge, a hand grabbed his. An old man, calm, steady, kind, pulled him back from the brink. "Why did you do that?" The young man screamed, tears streaming down his face. "My life is worthless. I can't do anything right." The old man looked at him without judgment and spoke quietly. "Son, life is the most precious thing we have, and you only get it once. If you stay, you can overcome any failure. But if you leave now, you'll never find out what you are actually capable of." "You don't understand," the young man replied, his voice breaking. "I'm weak. I'm shy. I have no education. My own father hates me. Does someone like me even deserve a future?" The old man didn't flinch. He didn't offer empty sympathy. He simply said, "Come with me," and started walking. With nowhere else to go, the young man followed. At the old man's modest home, he made an offer that felt almost too simple. "I have what you're looking for. But you have to do exactly what I say for the next 3 days, 3 tasks. Complete them, and I promise, your life will never be the same." He agreed. The first day's task: go out and talk to 10 strangers. Ask about their lives. Write down what you learn. The young man's heart raced, but he went. Some people ignored him. Some walked away, but he kept going. And by the end of that evening, he hadn't just spoken to 10 strangers, he'd made a few real connections. For the first time in years, he felt something unfamiliar, A small, quiet spark of accomplishment. The second day hit differently. "Go teach 10 children why water matters," the old man said. The young man nearly laughed. "I barely finished school. How am I supposed to teach anyone anything?" The old man just smiled. "They don't know that. Share what you know." So he stood in front of those kids, hand trembling around a glass of water, and he talked. 5 benefits of drinking water. That was it. Simple. But he did it. And the second time, his voice was steadier. The fear was still there, but it was getting smaller. He was getting bigger. The third task was the hardest. "Go home. Apologize to your father." The young man's face went pale. "He'll never forgive me." The old man was firm. "If you don't do this, you won't get what you came for." With every ounce of courage he could scrape together, the young man walked back home. He stood before his father. He apologized. He looked him in the eye and promised to do better. And his father, seeing something in his son he had never seen before, a quiet resolve, a new kind of stillness, gave him another chance. The young man returned to the old man. "I did it. All 3. Now tell me the secret." The wise man smiled wide. "Son, you already discovered it. Your biggest enemy was never your shyness, it was your fear. The world sees you the way you present yourself. Walk like you belong, speak like you believe in yourself, and no one will ever dare to call you weak again. True strength doesn't come from muscle, it comes from self-belief." The young man stood there, tears of gratitude rolling down his face. "I understand now. Fear doesn't get to win anymore." And years later, that same boy who once stood at the edge of a river ready to disappear became one of the most respected businessmen in the city, not just because he was smart, but because he was unshakable. Here is what I want you to take from this. Self-confidence isn't something you're reborn with. It's something you build, one scary step at a time. Your comfort zone isn't protecting you. It's containing you. The world doesn't see who you are on the inside. It sees how you choose to show up. So show up, start small, talk to one stranger. Raise your hand in one meeting. Send one email you've been too afraid to send. Because every single small act of courage is a rep in the gym of self-belief. And before you know it, you'll look back and realize the person you were most afraid of becoming was actually the person you were always meant to be. If this story hit home, drop a comment and let me know. Your words might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Don't forget to like and share so this message reaches someone who needs it. I'll be back with another story to fuel your journey. Until then, stay patient, stay hungry, and keep moving forward. Because your story isn't over. It's just getting started.